Hello students, welcome back to the fourth part of module first of marketing services, that is introduction to marketing of services. This is Dr. Ram Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Management, PBD University, Lucknow. Let's move ahead. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the service marketing environment, in which we will discuss about how to analyze macro environment and analyzing micro environment. So let's start with analyzing macro environment. So of course it is very much important as a as a service provider. Once you start your own services or your own business, it is very much important to analyze the environment of that particular region where you are going to start up or set up your business, right? So in case of services, it is more important, as we know that in case of services, it there is more intervention of the government rules and regulations, right? There is more intervention of various you can say uh, laws, right? Legal laws are there which are going to interfere with your business operation. So it is very much important to access all these factors in advance. So when we talk about macro environment means these are the external factors that affects the company, right? And these factors are basically not in the in the hand of service provider or the company. They are not in the control of service provider or the company. They are somewhere the external factors, and of course being a service provider, you have to compromise with these factors, and you have to formulate the strategies in order to cope up with these factors, because these are uncontrollable factors, right? So these macro environment determine whether the company would be able to produce and deliver services in harmony with the prevailing business environment or not. So of course it is very much important to analyze this question, whether you are able to deliver the services as per the prevailing business environment in that particular region or not. Until and unless you don't make this kind of analysis, it is not possible to start your setup successfully in that particular region. So when we talk about macro environment, it includes political legal environment, economical environment, socio-cultural environment, and technological environment. So we will discuss all these factors in detail. Let's have a look. First is your political legal environment. So political environment of any region where you are going to start up your setup, your business or service, it is the region where we are going to deliver our services should be properly analyzed in the light of this political legal environment. It should be questioned that uh, that the company business is congruent with common business practices in that region or not. It is very much important to analyze this question, right? Either you are able, or your services which you are going to deliver is able to deliver in that environment, whether they are congruent with the business practices in that environment or not. And for that, we must be aware of the impact of changing political powers in the particular region. You know, when the one political party comes into power, they are having a certain kind of philosophies for regarding various goods and services. When the party changes, right, there of course these philosophies also changes with the change in the political parties. So one must be aware, one must anticipate the future political situation before starting up the business, right? Future political situation of that region where you are going to start up your business. So we must understand how these political practices can enable or hinder the growth of a business. And this political environment, it is working with the legal environment also. So we have termed the we have used the term political legal environment, because how these political party or the government is going to interfere with your operations, it is through passing of the various rules and regulations, various legislations. So of course you must consider these legislations carefully while starting your business. So, service industry often more correlated to the political legal environment than any other form of organization. We have already discussed that it is the services which are highly regulated, right? We have discussed in the classification of services that their services may be highly regulated, or they can be a more supervision by the government in the delivery of the service. For example, we have discussed that some of the business that are highly prone to get affected by the laws of the country, like hospitals, right? We have discussed, right? Insurance industry. Then another industries can be your restaurant, your various kind of financial services, your hotels. So you have to be, very much aware about the various rules and regulations that are prevailing in that particular country or that particular region. And in the light of that region, you are going to formulate your marketing strategies. You are going to formulate your business plan in the light of that particular political legal environment. For example, if you talk about telecommunication, right? So what kind of tariff you are going to follow, what kind of promotional strategies, sales promotions. It's a nowadays of nowadays it's a trend of giving various kind of offers and discounts to your customers in order to attract them. But yes, when we talk about telecommunication sector, so there is a TRAI is there, which is continuously monitoring towards watching towards your this kind of activities, that how much package or the offerings you are providing to your customers. And if they feel it like yes, that there is a if they feel it yes, it leads to monopoly in the market, they can put restrictions on your sales promotions, right? They can put restrictions on your offerings, right? You can take example from the recently take example from Jio, right? So again, you have to be operate, you have to be execute your business in the light of the rules and regulations. So this is how political legal environment is going to affect your business. Now these are some of the acts in India that can affect your business operation, like Standard Rates Imaging Act 1976, Consumer Protection Act, Environment Protection Act, Competition Act 2002, Company Act 1956. And when we talk about these acts, so these are some of the acts. There are so many acts are there, and some of the acts are passed by the existing government. So of course you should take care of all these provisions of all these rules and regulations in that particular region where you are going to operate. Then another environment, external environment or the macro environment, is the economy environment. Of course, you must consider the economic situation prevailed in that particular location where you are going to set up your business, right? You should analyze the real status of the economy of the country, patterns of economic of the country, as well as pattern of the income distribution over there, patterns of saving and debts of the people living over there, then customers expenditure patterns in that location, inflation or deflation, right? What kind of inflation deflation prevailed over there in that particular region, and what is the purchasing power of the customer. So of course, when where there's a developed economy, you can launch your services or your products at a high price, right? You can have that option. But in case where economy is developing, or underdeveloped, you cannot expect you cannot expect that the customers is going to avail your services at high price. It is not possible for the customer to avail your services at high price. So you must consider the economic environment of the particular region where you are going to operate. I hope that it is clear to you. Now another environment is socio-culture environment. Of course, what kind of the trends prevails in the society, customer always follows that, right? So with the increase in the population, there's an increase in demand for goods and services. You can have the example of nowadays there's more demands for gym. When we talk about a decade ago, there's not so much demand for gyms and such kind of such kind of services, right? But nowadays, as the time changes, the demand also changes. You can say, you can take example of gym or such kind of health supporting services, right? As you know, with the changing the time, increase in life expectancy, it leads to the increase in the demand for better healthcare and life support services by the senior citizens, right? So nowadays people are demanding the services for leading easy and luxurious life, right? A decade ago or 2 decades ago, there is no such demand in the case in service sector. But nowadays it has been totally changed with the change in the time. Customers are more aware, and of course, as their purchasing power increases, as the economy of the country developed, and as a result, their purchasing power increases. So nowadays, customers are more ready to spend on, on leading the luxurious life, and on having more concern about their health. So whatever the example I have quoted, that the culture of gym, you can find it is one of the recent trends in the service sector. So and moreover, whatever the changes in the society, for example, internet and technology, right? It has totally changed the way of working, right? For example, you can place your order just clicking on your laptop, or just from your mobile phones, right? Now you are having the menus of all the restaurant in your mobile phones in the soft form. So you can place order through Zomato, or you can place order through Swiggy. So you can see that how it has been changes. So these are the trends that have been changing in the society. Now, if you are having a restaurant, you are not putting yourself on this kind of portals like Swiggy or Zomato. So what happens? Of course, you will somewhere lose your customer base, right? Right. So this kind of changes in the society, it must be incorporated in your services also, right? In order to be with the other competitors, right? So these changes in the society must be taken into consideration while doing business, as customers are more aware and demanding for more services nowadays. So these kind of changes should be incorporated, right? Uh, you can take another example, that cab services. Before this Ola or Uber, there was you have to book the cabs on you know by calling that particular customer care number, and you have to book that. But once this new concept comes into the market, like Ola and Uber, now you can just put book your taxi just by the help of these applications. So you can see that how it has changed, right? Now you are having the GPS tracking over there. So if you are the cab service provider, if you are not using these kind of platforms, you cannot succeed, right? So this is how the whatever the trends, whatever the culture that is prevalent in the society, you must take care of, right? Uh, when starting the business, it is very much necessary to consider demographic profile of the population also. This is whatever we have discussed. It is whatever the trends in the society, and along with that, what the term I have used, it is socio-culture environment, right? So of course, along with the trends in society, we must consider the culture of the particular people who are residing in that particular location. So of course, it is very important for the service provider to look into the demographic profile of the population in that location where you are going to launch your service, right? Demographic profile like age, what kind of the age of respondents residing over there, the gender, education, family life cycle, and social class must be analyzed. The company should study the culture of that particular locality. The whatever the fashions, whatever the fads, what the trends that are prevailing in that particular society, it should be taken care of. The culture consists of the values, beliefs, and attitude of the people as individuals and in group, right? So of course you must consider the culture of that particular location. You can take example of MACD, launch of MACD in India. When MACD comes into the India, of course they are from foreign they are from the other country. So of course it is first in their initial days it was protested by the customers, yes, that they are having the non-vegetarian kitchen, and they are using that same kitchen for cooking non-veg as well as veg. And we know that in India there are hardcore vegetarians are also there, who are not who are not going to use your services if you are cooking the vegetarian and non-vegetarian in the same kitchen, right? Veg or non-veg dish in the same kitchen. So of course this kind of beliefs in the society makes a trouble for the MACD, and of course they had to come up with the new marketing strategies to have the separate kitchen for veg and non-veg dishes, right? Furthermore, it was common mindset in Indians that that they are not in the view of consuming beef, right? When they launch in India, it is again one of the another reason of the protest from the customers for not accepting their product in India, that customer believe that they serve beef in their dishes. So again they have to assure, MACD had to assure their customers that they don't serve beef. So whenever you go to this MACD chain, you can find this over there that we don't serve beef in India, right? In India you will find this. So this is how you should consider the cultural factors also while delivering your services to the customers. The another very important environment is technological environment, right? The service provider should be tuned with the latest development in the technology in the external business environment. Company must understand that how that particular technology is going to affect your operations, going to affect your purchasing and consumption of services for consumer. Right. So what we have just discussed, that nowadays world has become too small to do the business, right? You can provide services to the customer who is sitting at a remote areas. Now you are saying how we have discussed that inseparable. We have discussed the characteristics of inseparable. So how it is possible to deliver service at the people who is living in the remote areas? Yes, it is possible. I am delivering lecture to you and having the interaction with you, right? So you are in the somewhere the other location, I am over here. So how is it possible? It is again possible by the making the use of internet technology. So technology make it possible. Technology makes it possible to deliver the services in the remote areas, right? You know Indus Land Bank, they have come up with the new feature of video calling, where you can have the access to that your branch through video calling itself. So it is how the technology has changes. I have taken the example of Zomato, I have taken the example of Swiggy, then Ola, Uber. This is the technology, that how the technology has changed the way of doing business, right? For the traditional banking, for the traditional banking, you have to rely on your branches. You have to go to the branches for depositing the money, for transferring the money. But nowadays what happens? Technology changes all the banking operation by the introduction of UPI. Now you can just from your mobile phone, you can transfer money to any account, right? You can make purchases just from your mobile phone itself, right? And you are making the purchases and all this with the safety features also, right? Security feature. You are secure about your transaction. There are certain softwares and applications are there, right, which assure you that your transaction is safe and secure. So this is how the technology has changed the scenario, right? From the queuing in the banks, then ATM, then debit, shopping through debit and credit cards, now shopping from your mobile phones. So this is how technology has totally changed in the external environment. So one of the service provider who is not going to adopt these technological changes, of course he will fail. That particular service provider will fail. So it is yes, the service economy will be technology driven in the upcoming future, so it must be taken care of. Then another environment is micro environment, right? So when we talk about micro environment, so micro environment means it is the internal environment, the factors or elements in the firm's immediate environment which affects its performance and decision making. Now these are the controllable factors, right? You can have the control on that by formulating your strategies. You can put control on these. So it includes the immediate actor, right, who are going to affect your business, affect your services. So these are customers or consumers, competitors, and suppliers. So let's have a look on that. First of all, it is very much important to understand your consumers, right? Of course, when you are producing the service, it is for consumers, it is for customers only, right? So the main aim of production of service is to meet the demand of the customers, right? So consumers, nowadays consumers are more aware and they are more demanding. So of course, the consumers must be the center point to all of the marketing activities, right? Each of the consumer have unique features which influence the company's marketing decisions. So of course, consumers should be who are your consumers, and they should be analyzed in detail by the service provider, that about their preferences, about their taste, right? So when we talk about understanding consumer, these are the questions that should be taken care of. That first, what functional needs of the customer that the service is going to fulfill, right? What kind of the functional needs of the customer that you are going to fulfill. Then how will it make the consumer's life easier or better? How your service is going to make your consumer life easier? What I have just discussed, nowadays customers are looking for the services which make their life easy and make them to lead luxurious life. Now it is the question that how your product or the services or your offerings is going to make their life easy or luxurious. In what rituals or tradition does the service play an important role? So what kind of rituals or traditions you are going to deliver service, it again plays a very important role. Then how does your service help consumer in making identity inroads? How does your service make a consumer to feel, to get attached with your product, with your offerings? Then what kind of emotions the consumer associated with the consumption of that particular services? So whatever I have discussed in previous lecture, that relationship marketing, that here there should be the emotional bonding between the service provider and the customers. So you, of course, you must understand your consumers, right? Now, second important factor of the micro environment is your competitors itself. Of course, you must analyze your competitor, that who are the competitors that are operating in that market, right? So because in the light of that competitors, you have to formulate your strategies, you have to formulate your marketing strategies, right? So company identify the competitor strategy and formulate plans to overtake them in the market to attract the customers towards its services, right? You can take example, how the competitor affect. You can take example when before the launch of Jio, Airtel and Voda, they have come up with various kind of advertisements and portraying that they are the best internet service provider in the country, and they are coming up with the first of time they are coming with the 4G, and Jio plays a game over here. It comes up with some some another kind of strategy that this Vodafone and Airtel cannot think of, right? Jio come up with Jio knows that in India, if you launch anything at a at a small price or for free, customer will go for that, right? And of course, yes, this strategy plays and this strategies plays and leads to them the success, leads to have them success in the market, right? uh, Once they launch this Jio service for free for 6 months, yes, it creates totally change in the telecommunication market, right? it it captures whole of the customers with them by introducing this free service for 6 months, then 1 year. But after that, of course, TRAI had to come and to put restrictions on this kind of promotion activities by Jio, right? Other companies start started formulating strategies that how to overcome this, right? So this is how your competitor can, your competitor can interfere with your business. So of course you have to put an eye on your customer, I mean your competitor, so that what kind of strategy they are coming up uh, for their customers, right? So it is very much important to put an eye on your competitor and understand your competitor, what kind of strategy they are they can come up with. So analyzing the competitors is very much important uh, while you are starting the business, right? So who are the competitors in that location? You must uh, take them in consideration and what kind of strategies they are having. So it is very important to formulate the counter action plan for that strategies, right? Then understanding the suppliers. Of course, in goods industry, suppliers plays a very important role in providing raw material. In service industry also, they plays a very important role in providing various kind of equipments or various kinds of materials that are required for providing services to the customer. For example, in restaurant, of course, raw materials are there in the form of vegetables, in the form of spices, right? So it is very much important to have the good relationship with your suppliers in the long run, right? Long relationship should be there so that supplier can understand your quality policies, so that supplier will can understand your need, right? If that such kind of bond is developed, so it will result in providing you with the raw material as per your expectation, as per your standards, right? So companies should have long-term relationship with the supplier as they influence the marketing decision of companies too. So this is all about environment, service marketing environment in which service is going to operate. This is all about the environment of the market.
Next topic, that is paradigm in service marketing. So it means that how service have changes, how the way of delivering service have changes over the time. So in present market scenario, the way of delivering the services has been totally changed as compared to the earlier days. With the change in the time, with the change in the scenario, the tremendous change in the belief, mindset, and perception attitude of the customers also. So there is a new set of patterns in marketing of services with changing business environment. Let's have a look on that. The first pattern shift is customer oriented. Nowadays, services are customized in the light of the requirement of the customer. Right. Then we can take example of like pizza. Right. You are having the option for certain kind of toppings as per your requirement. So this is how services can be customized. Right. Banking services are customized on the basis of the customers. Right. Financial services have been customized on the as per the requirement of the particular customer. So this is the era of customization. Then single ticket means that services are one shot process. They should be delivered in a right way, and the quality services should be delivered for the first time, right? There is no second time. Then services are now emerged as a process. It considers several set of steps for delivering services to the ultimate customer. So companies are looking services as a process, and it is very much required to work on each and every steps for delivering services to the customers. Then speed and accuracy. So nowadays customers are so busy, they don't have time to spend too much at your service side. So of course there must be the speedy execution of the orders and with accuracy. So these are somewhere that changes have been taking place in service marketing. Then niche marketing also there. Nowadays, service marketing are organization or service providers are moving towards niche marketing. Means that they are providing services to the specific class of customers only, to the specific segment of customers only. You can take example of gym services, like so gym services in that niche marketing also, that they offer the certain package to the particular set of customers like sports. There is certain different package for the sports person, and certain chain of gyms that are only meant for fitness clubs are there that is only meant for sports person. So this is one of the example of sports marketing. Then virtual experience. Nowadays, the uh, online platform provides you somewhere, helps you to digitize your services. So service providers can now giving the virtual experience to their customers. For example, customer can access to their rooms of hotels, right? Uh, by the help of this virtual platform, they can access to the rooms, they can access to the various ambience of the hotels, right? So just because of this virtual platform, service provider can be able to tangibilize their services. For in case of education, you can also take the example that now you can have the virtual tour of your college campus, right? Then last, not at least, the thing is that the cyber market space nowadays, uh, there is a shift from the physical market space to the cyber market space. Now, most of the customer facing order online, right? Available services online. For example, if you take Swiggy or Zomato. Now they have changed the way of doing business. You can just access your mobile phone and avail that particular service. So this is how the way of doing business in service sector has been changed tremendously over the year, and they're expecting the more changes are expected in upcoming days. So thank you, students. This is all about today's class. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.